Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another, and probably the final, Dream Daddy segment. Let's go crazy, go stupid. Woo, 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 woo. We're finishing up Brian's route today, so get ready for that. Is this what I think it is? Yes, this is the ice cream thing, right? Yeah. Okay, let's get our final 2 dates with Robert. See if I dislike him less than I currently do. I don't dislike him. He just doesn't live a lifestyle that I would personally live. First date was bar hopping, bro. I've been asked to go bar hopping before, and I've just been like, nah, pass. I had a lot of fun with Robert last time we hung out. I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times on Dadbook, but he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decided to send him one last message, figuring this will probably produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but... Princess. We should grab a drink soon. Oh, I don't know what I said, sorry. I linger in the kitchen, I'm caught up in all the work, and the house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it, or Norn. I start mixing the ingredients for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan and make the filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. I'm making pie. Ah, man, I can never remember what the temperature you're supposed to set the oven at is. I'm pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I am never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on my grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? Almond extract? I feel like it's either that or salt. I mean, my real guess would have been sugar, but I'll say almond extract. Oh, it's almond extract, duh. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is art. Some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. Dude, why is that me when I cook? Literally the other day I was making spaghetti, and I pulled out my Italian seasoning, and it has one of those, like, lids where half of it is, like, the holes, the little holes they use to shake stuff on. I don't measure anything, by the way, because I freehand cooking. That's why I'm very awful at baking, because I don't measure anything. And when I do, the math is so incredibly wrong that it fucks up everything. Anyways. But, I accidentally opened the other side that's just a giant hole, and then poured it, and literally, like, a quarter a cup of Italian seasoning fell onto the meat I was cooking, and I just went, it just went everywhere, and then I tried to spoon it out, so the only bit of Italian seasoning left was just what fell on the meat, and I ate it, and I was like, it's still too much. I was like, it's fine. I tried my best. But it's also why I'm really awful at baking. Like, they'll be like, put in a 1/8 cup of something. And I'll go, I don't have an 1/8 cup, but I do have a 1/4 of a cup. And I'll just do half of that. I don't even know if that's an 1/8. Oh my god, I'm awful. I'm literally so bad at stuff like that. It's why I don't bake. Literally, when people are like, you can bake, I look at them and I go, I burn pancakes. Every time. Your thing's too high. It is set at 2. Like, on low, it's got low, which is 1, and then 2, and it's at 2. And I still burn the pancakes. It's why I go out to eat breakfast, because I can't freaking cook it. It makes me so angry. Oh my god. Anyways, that's so mood, though. I finally get the pie into the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there again? 50 minutes? Nah, I'll just wing it. Amanda's gonna be so excited. That kid loves a good pie. My dad makes a mean pie, but he literally almost never makes it. I think it's also a family recipe. It's like a sweet potato pie or something like that. I have a seat at the kitchen table and do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops, what smells like pie in here? It's pie, sweetie. Amanda darts over to the kitchen and looks inside. Yes! Hey, it's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? I've been leading a double life. Amanda, I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder, and I've been and an aspiring astronaut and a bank robber. The lifestyle is calling me back, and I must go. One last job. You know how it is. This pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Well, I appreciated the years we spent together, but a trade-up is a trade-up. Remember when you were kicking your feet in Ibiza? Thanks for all the pie. We share a cordial handshake. I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on the rack to cool and to guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Huh? What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, it's just me taking artistic license on what a cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, it seems like you might have baked the pie incorrectly. And you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Okay, I'm not that bad at baking. Well, was art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? How bad are you? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you just eat the pie, Panda? I cut a few slices and we sit down together. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch it as Amanda takes a bite. Ugh. What's wrong? Is it not good? Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, it's just burned the heck out of the roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right. The pie is pretty incredible. As it always is. I'm really proud of you for making this pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as media makes us out to be. Maybe as a society we should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole. No. That's a case-by-case basis, nerd. Whoa. Dad, your sleeve's on fire. I run to the sink to put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more in the living room. Oh, right, we got the hoop thing out. I play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner, I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad Book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Huh, hope he's okay. I turn the lights out and lie down. I am in bed. Absolutely not. Outside? That's crazy. Girl. I'm in my bed, you're gone. I'm in my bed, it's over. You are not getting me out. Trust, people have tried. People have texted me and been like, do you want to hang out right now? And I've been like, I was planning on sitting in my bed all day. No. If I'm in my bed, or my plan is to be in my bed, that is not changing anytime soon. You have to have something pretty convincing to get me out of my bed. Or my house. I love being in my house. Ugh, what is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off when I notice what's happening on screen. Not that don't make me honk. I look out the window and sure enough, there's Robert leaning against his pickup truck in the driveway. Will I get you? I open my door and try to figure out what's going on. Hey. Hey?
Oh.
Wanna hang? I was kind of sleeping. That's no fun. Come hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have anywhere else to be in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Cool. You plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I am, in fact, not wearing pants. I mean, I don't mind. Right. 1 second. I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and a jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside.
Oh.
Ready? Ready. Hop in. I jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and a gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car and we drive out of the cul-de-sac.
There.
You like Tom Waits? Shit. Hopefully this is a Tom Waits reference. Hoist that rag, baby. I'm a fucking genius. The thing I've learned about this game is that if I have no idea what it is, that's a really great guess for something that they like. Because I don't know music, I don't know pop culture, I don't know anything, but I know that if I don't know it, they probably love it. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the windows. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert is taking us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I got myself into, looks like I'm in for it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch the streetlights pass by. Yeah, that's also dummy shit. I'm not getting in my car with nobody I don't know. Sorry. Driving me into the woods? Girl, please. Don't play. I glance over at Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a little bit more there that I just can't quite place. I know he'll like the silence. Oh, I could ask. Honestly, I just don't care, though. Oh, he likes it, I don't care. Well, okay, great. I remember what Robert said about hating small talk. But it's not really small talk in that case. And decided to keep my mouth shut. Me asking if you're okay isn't like small talk, though. Whatever. He notices me staring. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous. Just hang on. We're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not sure. We eventually come to a stop, and Robert gets out of the car. And I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the spade next to him. Oh, this is pretty. I still don't trust your ass, bitch. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles some trees near us and the lights blink in the distance. Off to the side, I can see the entrance of a dense forest. Man, it's also gorgeous. This is where I come to masturbate. What? Oh. I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? Oh. This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls out something from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight, and I suddenly realize what it is. Oh, shit! That's a knife! Oh, please don't stab me! Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either! Robert takes a knife and the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh. I breathe a very audible sigh of relief, and Robert looks at me sideways. Did you think I was going to stab you just now? What? No. Hate to break it to you, but I did in fact bring you out here to harvest your organs. Yeah. Play along. Yeah? Well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I knew. For years, I've been putting the most vile junk food in my body in preparation for this day. Come at me, friend, and reap what you will. 2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate. Nothing gets past you, huh? Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife, and he opens it and hands it to me. I'm gonna warn you, the last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? He's like that guy from Ratatouille who keeps lying about the way he killed that guy with his thumb. He said, I killed a man with this thumb. This is literally him. I honestly can't tell when you're kidding. I'm so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. He and I laugh. Oh. Have you ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandpa, no. Oh. What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought you would have a that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check. Oh. Kai, I'll have you know that whittling is an honored tradition, enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you even tried it speaks volumes about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground. Perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. I get my other... Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ. My microphone's falling. I have to pull my microphone closer because when I do Robert's voice, it's lower, which means my voice is quieter. Because I cannot project that low, I fear. The most important thing to do is to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood's gonna splinter. Isn't the most important thing safety? No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands. I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered with little white scars. They're very nice hands.
Oh.
You can't make a stick omelet without breaking a few hand eggs. I don't think that's how it goes. I think you can practice
Knife
whittling
that wood.
without... Ooh. What are we making? Wow. That's a good start. What is it? That's such a good question. I made myself a pencil. Good luck writing with that. You're a hater. You made a highly dangerous weapon. Hell yeah. What do I got next? Meow. 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 Is this just a popsicle stick? I'm surprised we got it so smooth. Tell me about this one. Tongue depressor. I should put that in my first aid kit. Never know when you might need one. You made a tongue depressor. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's next? I'm already chopping. Let's go. I am a whittler. I know how to whittle so well. Why is this so small? Feel like I messed this up. Well, that's just a dang toothpick. What's the story here? Something made me look tougher. It's working. I think you could probably take me in a fight. Probably. A tough guy accessory. Hell yeah, we're crazy with it. Already got my knife ready. Oh, this is a big one. What are we making? Well, that's just like an egg. What's this? Ouija board planchette. Now all you need to do is carve up the board and we're all set. You also maybe need to carve up a ghost. It really just looks like an egg, like a stone. Ready to start chopping. I'm crazy with it. Watch out for my knife. That's a chicken nugget for sure. Nice form. What's it supposed to be? It's you. You really captured my likeness. I'm impressed. This one's shaped like a heart. That's how I feel about you. This one's shaped like Michigan. That's how I feel about you. What does that even mean? I love that audio. Robert, I guess. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm talented. Alright, what's my next piece? Hell yeah. Robert, I guess. That's so funny. Well, this just looks like a damn stick. Yeah. Interesting. What do we have here? Chopstick ambidextrous. It's a stick. I made chopstick ambidextrous, nerd. Maybe lock in. Let's go. Oh, this is a big block. I thought the other ones were big. This is a big block. Dang. We're just gonna do this. Fast motion. Ding, 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 ding. If you keep this up, you'll be a whittling pro in no time. That's a new friend. He's beautiful. I'm happy for you. Yeah, that's Cutie Pie. I like that one. That's going in my house. Next block. Check, please. Imagine someone was spinning this at top speed. What are we making? This looks complicated. I think we're talented. Oh my god. Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it? Big old dog. Sir Horsington the Brave. Big old dog. I think you're taking some real artistic license here, but I can respect that. Big old dog. I like big old dog. It's so funny. Hey, you're giving me the liberty to pick what I'm making. I chose big old dog. Oh, big yawn. Was that Dan Avedon? Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. Is he carving a smaller wooden knife? Ah! While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wood carving. Robert's lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. He still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over. He reaches over to his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? He pulls out a red bandana and wraps around my thumb. Hold tight. He hops off the truck and I can hear him rummaging around his car. He comes back for a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic onto the cut. With a surprising gentleness, he places his gauze around my wound and wraps it up.
Mm-hmm.
You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy. Yeah, that probably is the sexiest thing he's done. What? Guess I'm a real whittler now. That you are. Be careful, though. They're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Cryptids. Ton of them out here, you know. Cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff? Mothman is bullshit, but yeah. This town is a hotbed of cryptozoological occurrences. You're joking. Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself. Or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that you can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire time in the city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad. You ever heard of the Dover Ghost? I don't think so. Well, let me tell you a story. I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. Who's Betsy? You don't know Betsy. She's a big pit bull. Real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to peace wherever she wants. All good stuff. Second day, I get an idea in my head that I can hike deeper into the woods. Probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're having a great fun camping trip, right? So, me and Betsy are marching in the morning. It gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silent. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life, right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go investigate. We look around the clearing and nobody's there. But there's this feeling. Not sure if I can quite describe it. I know something, is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. I've never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know I should be too. And then I see in the distance a man, but if something didn't know what a man was supposed to look like, made it just looked wrong. Big. Arms too big for its body, black eyes. It just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone. Into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right ever since. You're lying to me. Okay, you're full of shit. You think I'm lying? Robert pulls out his wallet and shows me a picture of a beautiful pit bull. Tell that to Betsy. They say that if you listen closely on those quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover Ghost. A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound just like a regular howl. It's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl. Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's as white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right?
Really?
I was just messing up with you until literally just now. I totally made up that camping story. I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away, I barely make out its shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that? We should go. Robert and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away, back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that?
Whoa.
The Dover Ghost, I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe he's someone illegally dumping garbage onto a wildlife preserve? Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves.
Really?
We sit in silence for a while longer. The fear of whatever was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city.
Oh.
Thanks for coming out. This was fun. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been away lately. I had to get out of the house. Had to be around somebody. You doing okay, ma'am? Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette. Been doing a lot of thinking. Okay, this is a lot of noise from Dan Avedon that I don't need in my ears. He takes a long drag. Stop. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in this sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself, and I didn't even think. Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, and he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them, but there was always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I held on to that kept me going.
Hey.
But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. Maybe we'll be eaten by the goat. I deserve to be. I'm glad you told me. It must have taken a lot for you to tell someone this. You're a mysterious guy, Robert. You don't have to be. Do you ever wish you were a better father? I think about it for a second. All the time. You can read all the parenting books you want, but nothing will ever prepare you for raising a child. There's so much stuff I regret, or I wish I could have done better, but I don't have the answers. I don't know if anyone does. It's funny. I look at you and your relationship with your daughter, and it seems perfect. It isn't. At least you're there for her. I stare out the window at the blur of passing trees. I just hope I'm a better father to my kid than my dad was to me. What'd your dad do? It's more about what he didn't do. He was quiet, stoic. I don't think he ever once told me that he loved me. He cared more about his work than he ever did about me or my mom. Do you hate him? No, I used to, but after I became a parent, I just kind of feel bad for him. He missed out on my whole childhood. And when I think about all the happiness, all the happy moments in my life, they're all with Amanda and Alex, and he just wasn't there. It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarusian prison.
Really?
What? I turn and smile at him. Nah, he's retired in Florida with my mom. We go back every Christmas. We both break out into a laughter and he pats me on the shoulder. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him. You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks and then pulls away. And then he immediately pulls into the driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe in the house, careful not to wake up Amanda. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming from the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting. You know the Mothman is bullshit, right? Amanda, Lang, you know what? It's fine. I think about the conversation I had with Robert in the car as Amanda starts to walk towards her room. Hey, Amanda. She stops. I love you. It's weird when you say it outright and sincerely like that, but I love you too, Dad. Good night. I chuckle to myself and then finally decide to go to bed. Tea. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still kind of murky about it.
Where'd my pants go?
It's so weird. Because Dan Avedon is such a dorky guy. So having him play like the cool guy is just kind of weird to me. Even he sounds kind of like, not like dweeby dorky, but I know the kind of man he is. And I'm like, you're not Robert, babes. If anything, I'd say he's probably more like Damien. If I had to pick one just randomly. Damien or Matt. Somewhere between them he has like a really nerdy side and he's really dweeby, but he's also chill as fuck. Is this the Amanda crying part? Yeah, okay. Give me a whole sec to click through Amanda crying, and I'll be back. Date 3. And just letting you know, in case you're wondering, these are all things that I've done before. I've done both the ice cream run, which is with Robert, and then the poker night, which is with, I think, Brian, Robert, Matt, and someone else. Oh, Joseph. I was like, I can't remember. I think Craig is there, too. So one of those people I just said is not actually there. Hey. Okay. Let us do our final date with Robert. I almost forgot his name. I was like, who? I thought of Joseph, and I got distracted. Bark. I guess this is like they're alluding to him being like low-key a deadbeat dad. I haven't spoken to Robert since that night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then. Like, more so than usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Kai. Hey, Kai. Guess who's getting their drink on tonight? I take a look at my dad book messages, and there's a flurry of them from Robert. Guess. It's you. Also me, but mostly you. Well, he said tonight, so it's probably not right now. I mean, I can probably just say, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Let's just agree. Whatever. I type back to Robert. Robert, buddy, tonight we ride. Yes. Meet me at Kim and Jim's at 8 p.m. Now that, I'm unappreciative. But I think this is the first time that Robert's given more than an hour's warning for a hangout. Amanda. Amanda pops her head out in the hallway. Music I don't recognize blaring from her room.
Oh.
What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who is my friend. I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People enjoy my company, Amanda. Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. What are you listening to? Sad shit. Amanda, language. Sad stuff, sweetie.
Dad.
Holy stuff, lay off me, Pops. Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume to her sad stuff. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. It's so funny thinking about correcting language. My parents used to do that to me, even when I became an adult. They did it for a little bit. And then I was like, I'm an adult, you can't tell me what to do. And I was like, bitch. And now my parents cuss way more because of me. They're so welcome. Because they used to cuss a lot, and then they didn't cuss as much because they had kids. And they didn't want us to cuss as much. And then I started cussing like a sailor. I'm like the only one of my sisters who does, though. My sisters don't cuss, and here I am. Cuss, 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 cuss. They only cuss when they're, like, irate, which is what my parents did, pretty much. Is they only cussed when they were really, 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 really mad. Okay, anyways, I put on my going out coat and walk over to Kim and Jim's. Oops, close enough. I spot Robert leaning up against the brick wall, smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. It actually seems like he combed his hair and that his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Hey. Hey. You take a shower just for me? I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a few seconds and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. It's not my type of relationship, I fear. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. To us, Bookie. Here's to us and all the property damage and petty larceny that we may commit tonight. We clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his, rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. So, what's the plan for tonight? Hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. Think that'll kill some time before we burn down that old abandoned house in the woods. It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned. Mary pops over the back of the booth, a wine glass in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where's my phone call?
There.
Sorry, figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly.
Come on.
You're replacing me with the new kid? Mary, I can never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides next to Robert. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert's clean-pressed clothes up and down suspiciously. What, you got a court date coming up? He does. He'd never convince the jury. He would have to shave first. Seriously, though, what's up with you? Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctor says it's... What is that? Cirrhosis? Oh, yeah. Of the liver. I told that old bag of bones to quit with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known, especially since Ma's gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Kai, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his Pappy. Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it with a dim glow of the bar's lights. I look at his life, and then I look at mine. And I know history's just doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. They watch the sunset every evening. Probably screw like donkeys. Wait, aren't rabbits the ones that screw a lot? Ah, sorry. I didn't realize you were the expert on which animals screw a lot. Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up and out of the booth. Me and Kai are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap she's been hunting down over the rest of her wine. Huh? Oh, and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp. This place is dead anyways. We exit the bar and find a typically empty street filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. Damn. He carries a lantern and shines... What? Okay. That shines up in his face for dramatic effect. What's going on? Looks like one of those walking ghost tours. They do that as part of the town. Really? Okay. They do that in this part of town all the time. I've always wanted to do one of those.
Hey.
You know all the stories are fake, right? Pretty much all of my stories are fake. This is research. Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices I'm not following him. Come on. We can't just crash it, can we? Don't be such a square, Kai. Just act like you belong. I didn't figure I'd get called a square. What is this, the 50s? Did you just call me a square? Bruh, that's crazy. Robert, ow, I punched myself in the head. Oh. Anyways, sidles up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall into step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, hey, it's Tour Master Quinn. Wink. Hey, this place was in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. Really? Today, we do not know if the people who were burned at the stake were actually witches, but it's widely reported that their ghosts still haunt the hapless dive bar to this very day. It was actually 1692. What? And the site was over there by the coffee shop down the road. I'm sorry, who are you? Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian. And this is my colleague, Dr. Shit, how old would he be? 80s. That seems old enough. Oh, hell yeah, I'm amazing. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We are touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book.
I don't know.
You may have seen our guest cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this. Are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. We like to keep it a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way.
Oh.
They've definitely been here, standing next to them this whole time. Thank you, random lady, who I do not know. As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon, over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by hauntings since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour.
Hey.
Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered. Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. That tour guide shirt's cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead and don't arouse too much suspicion. We'll have cool ghost shirts in no time. This is insane. Our group arrives at the old, decrepit, colonial-style house. A quick pause on the tour. My name is Quinn, but most of the people on this ghost tour circuit call me Tour Master Quinn. I'm a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor. I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, make bar vistas, and perform traditional Julian mime work. Tour Master Quinn gives out headshots to all of us, his resume on the back. Damn. Stage combat experience. Anyway, here's a bit of history for you all. This was the home of the noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was wildly popular with the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very home where she wrote classics such as The Diary of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Barclay. She unfortunately died of consumption. What? Consumption of what? Shortly after the turn of the century, but several people have reported that on nights you can see a light from the attic, where a ghost of Miss Pembridge continues to work on her latest bestseller. I guess you could say she was consumed by her work. No reaction from the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes. Actually, consumption is the popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was a murder-suicide. I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Sure. And we definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake a large moon landing. That was the watered-down, censored version they teach you in school. But if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. Can we... I think everyone would much rather hear this world-renowned ghost historian has to say, right, everybody? The group murmurs in agreement. This is the topic we cover extensively in our book. Dr. Loomis, would you care to tell this story? Jesus, why are you putting me on the spot like this? Let's just go with something I know. My character is not very good at making shit up on the spot. In the 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge was credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters were disbanded by the government officials. However, after learning that the ghost of Vigo, the Carpathian, has taken an interest in her son, her and her ghost-busting friends launched a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City. Hey, isn't that the plot too? Nope, it's not. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and addresses us up with some razzle-dazzle. What an interesting story. Now, I just want everyone to know that the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourselves. I guess we're eating this up. Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy who's looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey, kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar is haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted places in this town. I think I could exorcise your demons if that's what you're looking for. Don't write... T, you got a voice line for that. Don't write checks your dick can't cash, kid. T! Like she sucks or like go off. His eyes go wide and Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him tonight for me, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street. Take it sleazy, fellas. God help that poor soul. Mary or the kid? Both.
Hey.
Our last stop. This burial ground is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity. Dude, DJ Master Quinn just killed me. Anyways, activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the Wharfman, the vampire of Maple Bay, and the children of the Moonlight. What about the Dover ghost? By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us. What about it? Oh, nothing. I just think it'd be a crime to come all this way to the cemetery. The actual origin of the New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. That's not a real thing. This is absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area. I can guarantee you don't. There's one you don't know. Robert looks over at me and smiles.
Sup?
Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met?
All right.
No! The entire group shushes the tour guide. Okay, fine. Tell us the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. I wasn't always a paranormal investigator. Way back when, I was just a Bible salesman is crazy. Traveling grifter. I don't know what a carnival barker is, so I'm gonna pick this one. I'm fucking amazing. I still think he'd like Bible, whatever the fuck. Moving from town to town, always looking for my next mark. It wasn't an easy life, but I had fun. Taken from the rich, given to the poor. Actually, also taking from the poor. I had a shaky moral foundation. I happened upon a quiet town of Maple Bay by accident, but little did I know that this city had a dark side. Now it's about the same time. I was just starting out as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter, who was an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. Wait. Yes? Who was the famous ghost hunter?
Hey.
Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers. The tour group gasps. Georgia Mathers? She's a legend. You know her? Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie.
Hey.
Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports on some strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we had been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, and Georgia was never one to shy away from adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight, when you've endured your so-called wailing watchman, hello? Wailing ghost of the Wharfman. Whatever. Your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost? Man. Tell him, Loomis. So, there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of selling Bibles. Working a couple of short cons is what I think I'm actually supposed to say. Yeah. Classic pigeon drop scam. Putting out feelers for a rip deal. I was going to steal a baby, probably. Would have made me rich. I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. Georgia and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word. Run. The air suddenly went cold, and something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening. Some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Something grabbing my ankle. Robert has the whole crowd hook, line, and sinker. You can hear a pin drop. I only cried twice in my life. Once was the birth of my daughter, and the other was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but I knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was gonna die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching, and I ran into the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God. To this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but... I glanced at Robert. Like, someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. The arms were too long, it glowed red, and it was like a walking shadow. What I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? I only remember the last name. Is it David? Daniel, David, Davis. The last names are all the fucking same, aren't they? It's not Davis. Maybe it's Daniel, because it's the only one that's like low-key different. Daniel. I grabbed his hand and entered the tug of war with my unholiest of forces.
Really?
I thought I was going to be torn in half.
Hey.
But I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day, I can remember what the passage had opened up to. I don't know anything about the Bible or what any of this means. Sure. Good enough. And if by thy oblation be a meat offering bacon in a pan, it shall be our fine flour unleavened mingled with oil. Not exactly relevant, but true. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. With a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground, exhausted. We were both covered in blood.
Oh?
That damn creature clawed into my chest. Got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the shirt of his collar to reveal a long, wicked scar from his pecs. I want to see. No? Okay, cool. And that's how I got this scar.
Hey.
I followed George and Mathers into the ends of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room. But I had never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith. But I came out of that experience a better man and a better friend. We've been brothers ever since. The tour group gives us a round of applause as Robert, and I share an emotional hug. As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I'm sure he does. What? I'm playing. Am I? Anyways, I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. The tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping tears from his eyes. Thank you, thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch out for our book. Damn, I have to pick a name. Paranormal Struggles. Isn't that the name of that show? Should we pick that one? It kind of... Bro's Guide to the Hottest Ghost goes crazy. That sounds stupid. Paranormal Excursions of Supernatural Ice Road. Maybe because it's not exactly the same. I like it. T. Robert has to suppress a laugh on that one.
Oh.
Well, I think you both definitely earned your t-shirts. The tour guide hands over the coveted t-shirts to us. He then slips us both his business card and leans in close. If you guys are ever in need of a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Hi.
You got it, buddy. After a couple of tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group and walk home. Damn, we just lied to everybody. That was incredible. I really can't believe they bought all that. I didn't know you had it in you, Kai. Excuse me, Dr. Loomis. That bit about the pocket Bible was aces, although giving the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche. And the cubic conspiracy theory bit wasn't.
Hey.
All part of the character. Well, we got shirts out of it. We arrive at Robert's house. Wanna have a drink? You trying to poison me? Yeah. You trying to poison me? I know where this goes. Small. I know the steps. 1 second, I'm sipping delicious aged scotch. The next, I'm foaming at the mouth. And you've taken over the throne. Long live the king, baby.
Hey.
Oh. Shock Pikachu face. Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think about what Mary said to me. Robert didn't even seem a little bit off, but they completely disappeared when we were joking around with the ghost tour. I don't know. He's hard to read. While I'm thinking, I hear the claws skittering across the floor. Oh God, it's this pit bull. I'm about to be torn to shreds. I shut my eyes tight and brace for impact. Betsy, hey, be nice. I don't feel anything but tiny paws scratching at my shoes. I open my eyes. Betsy? Robert's dog jumps away from me and running around in circles, sniffing Robert's legs. He pats her on the head. Her eyes are go crazy. Hey, that's not a pit bull. This is the cutest, dumbest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Betsy, you're not a pit bull and you weren't taken by the Dover ghost? Betsy's made of tougher stuff than that, ain't you, girl? Betsy rolls over for some well-deserved belly rubs. I just keep a picture of a large pit bull in my wallet in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies. We make our way over to Robert's living room. For a quiet man with arguably the oldest pickup truck that can be legally driven, this place is amazing. There are sleek modern appliances throughout the room and a big flat-screen TV mounted on the wall. He has shelves upon shelves of DVDs. I guess he wasn't lying about being really into cinema. He pours us both glasses of whiskey from a well-stocked bar in the corner, while Betsy curls up on a pile of cushions. So, how'd you really get that scar? And don't tell me you got it for fishing for an Alaskan king crab in the Bering Sea or something. You trained me too well. Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink. My daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock and flew over the handlebars, and then we went to the hospital. That's it. Not a very interesting story. I never heard you talk about your daughter. I mean, he did it before. He just was really brief about it. Well, I have one. Because we talked about it before about him wishing he were a better dad, so I figured he was in the deadbeat dad territory. That's her. He points to a picture on the wall of a very serious little girl with dark eyes. Yeah, that's definitely Robert's daughter. How old is she? 25, 26? Not too sure. Does she live around here?
Huh?
Nah, Val lives back home in Brooklyn. Works at some new media online magazine thing. Makes buckets, though. He suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't press him about it.
Hey.
You like Santana? I don't know what that means. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Great. Robert puts on Santana and then takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Hey, are you alright? Robert leans in and kisses me, the taste of whiskey burning my lips. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relax into his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth. This is probably the least romantic route. Most of the time I'm like, what? Right now I'm just like, the fuck? Okay, cool. I am now. I can't say anything, at best managing a sigh. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lip between his teeth, bark, and bites lightly. Double bark. Okay, wait. You are not sober enough for this. Neither of us are. Sliding a hand under my shirt. My heart pounds in my chest as he lies us both down on the couch. He kisses a trail down my neck, his teeth grazing my skin. I just, wait. It's not that. Robert bites down and I have to stifle a moan. Go crazy. Go stupid, go crazy. What? Stop. Robert stiffens and pulls away. No biting? No, I'm more than okay with that. Something's up. Robert runs a hand through his hair and looks away. I'm fine. I've just been kind of stressed out. Tired. Not a big deal. Push it. Listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure that you're okay. Robert stares at the ground. You don't know me that well, Kai. I'm not a good person. Well, I've been able to kind of jigsaw that together, buddy. He takes a deep breath. I've spent my whole life only taking and taking and taking. And now here I am, old and broken man, sitting on top of a pile of everything I've ever taken, alone. But I want to know you, and you don't have to keep hiding behind the fake stories and acting like you don't have feelings. It's... He sighs heavily. It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up. Are you, I'm sorry, but is this a bit? No. When was the last time you saw her? 3, 4, I think. Months?
Oh.
Years. I sit up straight. Jesus, Robert, what happened between you two? I don't want to talk about it. Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at the other. Both unsure of what to do next. Fine. Things were already pretty bad between us. I cared about her. I always did. Things just got in the way, and before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. Marilyn and I moved out here to settle down. We thought it was to help get away from all the distractions, all the money, all the drinking. But temptation gets to you. I tried to be better, I just couldn't. Excuses. And then the accident changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died hating me. I never became a better man that she wanted me to be. She was the one who always saw in me. She was the last thread Val and I had connecting us. I didn't know when I lost my wife I was going to lose my daughter, too. Robert, I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy, that I ruined my own real chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead, and my daughter hates me. And then I convinced myself that this, he gestures vaguely in my direction, was going to make me happy. Why do I even try anymore? I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to. No, you don't. How could you possibly know how this feels? You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband, and I'm an even worse father. I have no idea why she's even bothering to contact me now. I know I'm just going to fuck it up like I always do. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go. Robert puts his head in his hands. Okay, you sound like a fucking pathetic whelp. You sound like a pathetic whelp, because I'm telling you right now, I don't have the best relationship with my dad. I never talk to my dad. Almost ever. Like, ever. Like, unless I go back physically to see my mom, usually. That's the only time I ever see or talk to my dad. And I have a lot of feelings about it. But if this is so absolutely, you can fix it. Instead of going to see your daughter, which is something you regret not doing, you're just gonna feel sorry for yourself. That's so sad and pathetic. Big baby. Tell him what he needs to hear. Nothing's gonna change until you do. Robert pauses. He looks at me. There are a lot of things in my life that I regret. I wish I could take back or do over. And it hurts so much to know that I can't. But what I can do, and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning, is waking up and trying to be a better person than you were the day before. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow or the next day, and patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all your problems either. But nothing's going to change if you don't. And you can't love anyone else until you stop hating yourself. And you're right, I don't know you that well, but you have the same capacity for good that we all have, and I know you can find it. Val is giving you a chance, don't waste it. But, Robert, listen to me. It's gonna be okay. But I lean over and embrace Robert, pulling him in as tightly as I can. He buries his head into my shoulder, hugging me back. It's gonna be okay. I place a hand on the back of his head and stroke his hair. He shudders and then sobs, and I realize that he's crying. Thank you. We stay there for a while, holding each other. We both eventually drift off into sleep. So far I'm a hater of this route. He's just feeling sorry for himself. Womp womp. Oh no, my actions made me a bad parent and a bad husband.
Lost in your oceanic eyes.
Shut up, Dan Avedon. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't feel bad for you because, you know, as the character says, like, you have every capacity to wake up every day and be a better person than you were yesterday. You have the choice in every decision you make, every person you meet, to be a good person, to be a better person, to better yourself, to grow, to develop. You have that option. And, like, so the fact that he sits there, instead of trying to be better, he just sits there, like, moping, it's, like, annoying as fuck to me. And then he needs me to sit here and tell him, to shut up and just be better. Whatever. I walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. Listen, kid, you're gonna need some real life skills out there, and if you're gonna make it out there on the streets. I'm going to college.
Hey.
Same thing. Look, I know you're not old enough to drink. Right. And I know you're smart enough to not drink until you're of legal age. Uh-huh. But hypothetically, if you were to have a drink, it'd behoove you to drink a glass of water in between rounds. Got it. Hypothetically. And if you wake up with a headache, all you gotta do is take a jar of pickles and drink the pickle juice. You're gonna be fine. What's going on here?
Come on.
Girl talk. Mary turns back to Amanda. Now let me tell you about how to deal with a bad roommate. First thing you know, get straight A's if they die. First thing to know, you get straight A's if they die during the semester. It goes crazy. Mary,
Come on.
relax, it's a myth. Supposedly. Against my better judgment, I leave them be. Huh, I don't think I recognize that girl by the snack table. I should go say hello. She's so pretty. Hi, I don't think we've met. Oh, we've met. Years ago. And I'm here for my revenge. You're Robert's kid, aren't you? Spot on. I guess that makes you Kai, huh? Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad Robert brought you along. He promised there'd be free food, so that's kind of hard to pass up. And look, I don't know you, but can I get real with you for a second? My old man's a real closed book, you know. Me and him, we've got a long way to go. You don't erase decades of neglect in a week, period, but you can get tired of staying angry about it. That kind of bitterness, it poisons you, I think. I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately he's been better. A lot better. And between him shaving for once and how he talks about you, I get the feeling you have something to do with it. So, thanks. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Just keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else. What? I'm kidding. Or am I? I don't know why I'm like this. It runs in the family. Amanda trops up to the conversation. Hey, I love your necklace. And your hair. And just, geez, your whole vibe is cool. Thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. Let's go, lesbians. Oh, this is my daughter, Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter, Val. Nice to meet you. I heard you're a photographer. Aspiring photographer. I'm going to school for it. You take pictures? Yeah. Then you're a photographer. Welcome to the biz. Val hands Amanda a business card. If you're ever looking for internships, shoot me an email. Anyway, I need to go make friends with that woman over there who's dual-wielding wine glasses. Catch you later. Val walks away. She's so cool. She gave me her business card. She touched my hand. Congrats. You just networked for the first time. I'm a regular business lady now. Quarterly projections, stock market, synergy. While you're making a fortune as a businesswoman, I gotta keep this party going. Catch you around, Pops. Yeah. Man, this list is about to go crazy. I'm certain everyone can figure who I do and don't like more based on how I've generally reacted to their roots. But, I'm still gonna make a list. Let's pop through this. Okay. I take a seat next to Robert as the last guests make their way out of the party. Hey. Hey. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. So, I had a chance to talk to Val. She physically threatened you? Yeah. That's my girl. She said you've been doing better. Trying to work on the vices. I also showered today. We sit in silence for a moment. You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destructive habits, but lately it's gotten a little easier. Thanks for talking some sense into me. It's hard to get through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night has actually helped. I'm glad. I like you, Kai. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time. I lean in and kiss him for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his. You're special to me. But I have some stuff I need to work on, emotionally, before I can get into anything romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. Period. I need to be on my own for a bit, figure some things out. Of course. I think what you need right now is a friend, and I'm very happy to be that for you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where to find me. Let's hunt ghosts sometime. I would love that. I put my head on his shoulder and watched the sun slowly dip into the horizon together. T. Go stupid, go crazy. Oh. Yeah. So let me see. Okay. I don't know who plays Amanda, but I love her voice. I think she sounds so slay. Is there anyone else I recognize on here? Brian, which is Quizmaster Quinn. Oh, and Susie is Val, period. That's all I recognize, though. Basically the people in Game Grumps. Those are probably some other people in Game Grumps are associated with them in some fashion, but I don't know who they are. Okay. Let's see what picture we got. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. That's cute. I kind of wish they gave like a different picture for when he was like looking better, quote unquote. Like when he had his ish together. Okay. So hold on. Okay, nerds. Here's my list. It's just 1 through 6. Okay. It's just 1 through 6. That's it. Okay. My number 1, I loved... that's a good question. Who did I like the most? I really liked everything about Joseph's except the end. I loved everything about Joseph's except the ending. TBH. So he's either 1 or 2. So I'm just going to stick him up here until I figure it out. Craig's... I really like it. I just think it's really underwhelming because, I don't know, like it could just be more, and it's just not. So I'm just going to put it up here too. Robert's? Robert? No, thank you. No, thank you. He's just too much self-pity and I just don't care. Brian? I liked Brian more than I thought I did. His was kind of cutie pie, if I think about it. His was also cutie pie. These two were cute. Oh, I love Damien. Hugo? It was fine. He's just not my type of man. Okay, I need to lock in. So yeah, I didn't like Robert's because I just don't like the type of character Robert is. He's just so... Damn, I need this shit to be less than it is. Actually, it's fine for you guys. It's just too loud for me. Anyways, I like... It's just too much self-pity. Hugo's, I thought Hugo was really cute. He's just not the man for me, I fear. I'm just like, nah, okay. Man, I wish I remember these a little better. His was cute. I did like his. These 4, I loved their stuff in a way. I actually think... Okay. Damn. I think it's like this. I think that's how it is. I really liked... Damon's is also just unfortunately, it was like the first one we did, so I don't super remember anymore. Because it was forever ago, too. Joseph was really hot and sexy, but he cannot be first. He can't. It's one of these two. Wait, did I not do enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't mind me. Just having to make another row. Because some reason I thought there were 6. Now I'm confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess there's 7. I'm so confused. I don't know why there's a different amount than I thought, but there is. Anyways, let's just change that so quickly. Okay, great. I thought there were 6. Damn. Phelan. Well, he's at the bottom. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I think that's right. And then those 3 are somewhere near the top. Yeah, because he would be the top one or number 2 if it weren't for the ending. And the only reason I say number 2 is I'm not a big religion person, and I just know that in real life that would actually bother me. So I'm putting him here. Which one of these ones did I like more? I don't know. They're both really cute. Matt is like my normal like, which is just an average guy who's just really sweet and he's really cute. But I like Damien a lot too. Just so cute. The rest of this, I feel, is accurate. I liked Brian's, but I didn't like it as much as Craig's. Yeah, this feels right. The rest of it. What did Damien's route do? I just, like, slowly remembered Matt's the more I thought about it. Damien? I don't know. Because his was... that. I think that's what I would say. Which is funny because I remember liking Matt at first. I think I like Matt the most because he's super shy, really cutie pie, really sweet. Damien, it's kind of the same energy, kind of like, I like that he likes what he likes, but also that he can be an average ass guy. This man is so fine. This man is so fine. This man is so fine. If he stayed with me at the end, he would be totally higher. Craig is Craig, hot, sexy. I felt it was a little boring for like the childhood lovers route or whatever. That was cute. I wish I just didn't feel like there was enough. I don't know then. Maybe I should switch them. Because I felt like the romance in this was a little like unexpected. I like it in the sense of, okay, wait. So let's do this. In the sense of their route, roots, this is probably how I feel about it. In the sense of just the roots, this is probably how I feel about it. I felt Matt's was the best because I felt like it was just really cutie, really, I could see the romance. Same with Damien. I would say the same with Joseph and Craig. Hugo, yeah, I would agree. Brian's was just weird. I was just like, oh, I knew that romance was coming, but I feel blindsided by it. And then Robert's, just fuck that route. Like, we were uncomfortable with him 80% of the time. And then going off of characters I like, I still don't like Robert the most. I just think Hugo's boring. Actually, I think this man is so fine. It's probably that. If we're talking about people, I think he is so hot and fine. So I guess that's hotness, huh? I guess that's different. Because if we're just going on hotness level, it's probably like that. I think Joseph is really... Wait, no. Okay, put him up. He was really... He said... some of the things he said was kind of fine. I was like, okay, period. Mostly... I don't remember. Just these four are very, like, I like them. It's probably more like this. Like that. Because I don't know. Craig is, like, physically hot to me, but these ones had so much more emotion to me than Craig. Anyways, yeah. And then, if I like them as a person, no. If I have to take... I don't know. He just didn't have a very good first impression, which is fine, but that's just how life goes. I do like Craig. Yeah. Like, as people, that's probably the other ranking. Anyways, so those are you saw all my rankings. I did 3,000 different things just then. Oh, this was so cutie. I loved this. I expected to hate Brian's route more than I did. I thought it was actually really cute. I was surprised by the romance because it just felt kind of forced, but I'm not mad about it. I thought it was cute. This route, unhappy. I don't like him. I remember my roommate being like, I don't like him. And I was like, crazy. Wonder why. And then I just played it. I think she had said, like, he had deadbeat dad vibes. And to me, there's, like, not an excuse to be a deadbeat dad. I don't care. I don't care. Womp womp. Anyways, that's all for me. So I hope you had so much fun with Dream Daddy. We are officially done with it. There's no more... okay. I think there's probably a few extra, like, scenes and routes that I could pick. So I'll put it on Spinner Saturday. So when we finish Sylving, it'll be on that list. And then it could be a Saturday game. So, like, Joseph's route where he's, like, a cult leader or something is totally something we could do. But for the official game playthrough, we're done. So I hope you had so much fun. maybe as much fun as I had, hopefully even more. And I'll see all you dudes in the next video. Bye!